Welcome to Motivation to Momentum, brought to you by The Mentor Mind and Mindset Maximizer. Just having some fun here with y'all. So welcome, my friends, to our Motivation to Momentum. I missed you last week. I don't know what happened. Squirrel may have been part of it and had stuff going on. So how are you? If this is your first time here or you're chiming in for a second time, please go ahead and share this, like this, comment. Let's make this a two-way conversation. I'm going to do my best. I do have this on Restream, so we're kind of going everywhere. So I will do my best to capture any comments now, if possible. However, I will, of course, be answering and responding to texts that you, to comments that you put in there, and I'll get on that. So, with that being said, today's conversation is around success leaves clues. Now, here's the deal. We all want to be super successful, and there's this phenomenal philosophy that came from NLP, which essentially states that if one person accomplished anything, any person can accomplish the same thing through modeling. So what does that mean? Well, if you have a desire, an aspiration, there's something you want to accomplish, and it's something you haven't done before, there's some deep identity things that we could go into, and that's where the work that we do is around that. However, that being said, what we can do is find other identities, identify other people who have accomplished what we were already looking to accomplish, what we're wanting to make happen, whether it be personally or professionally, and then model what they do. And this is going beyond, this is where the identity conversation is. It goes beyond just the actions that they take. It's also getting into their philosophies, their mindsets, their beliefs, their values, their drivers. You know, for the last 20 plus 30 years, more than 30 years now, good Lord, man, I have been obsessed with connecting with and learning from people who have accomplished things that I'd like to accomplish. As a matter of fact, I just love inquiring and learning about it. The other day, a couple weeks ago, we were in Pennsylvania at Heidi's family's house, and we were driving, and my brother-in-law, Mike, is big into typewriters. And he's got all these old typewriters, and Heidi was like, man, like you almost talked only about those typewriters for a while. Like, do you really like typewriters? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess I kind of do. And the truth is, I was so intrigued by his passion by it that what I noticed was people who are successful at anything like collecting random interesting typewriters, that's a commitment. That is definitely something that maybe I don't want to do, but if I wanted to do, he would be someone that I would certainly dive into. Like, okay, well, where do you look for them, and how do you, parse them? How do you decide if it's for parts, or what's the difference between, this year and that year? And there was all these interesting things that he was sharing, and that's on a very basic kind of like, hobby level. But then when I look at my music career, I became very successful in the music career, in music as a producer, as an engineer, not so much as an artist, and there's some reasons behind that, and I will get to it. I learned how to think like the best producers and engineers and mixers on the planet. Why? Because I immersed myself in the environment with them, because I used this philosophy, success leaves clues. So I surrounded myself with successful people in the music industry, producers, engineers, artists, all of that. And then I started to unpack their mindset, their belief system, their activities. And I would just simply ask them, hey, why do you do that? Or what if I wanted to do this? And what's interesting is I would say most of them had absolutely no issue sharing. As a matter of fact, they enjoyed sharing their wisdom. They enjoyed sharing how they got to where they are and what separated them and what was the cool strategy to do this way and that way. And the brilliance is now with technology, man, we can use technology now. You can seek people out on right here on Facebook. You can seek people out on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Like, there's so many ways we can access success and model it, right? So if you look in the window there in the comment, the description, it shared a few affirmations, right? One of them, I am seeking out and finding clues left by others that help me achieve my goals. Imagine that. Imagine if that was an affirmation that you held for yourself so that when you were online, like maybe a time like this, you could say, oh, wow, look at that. This was, well, let me dig in. Let me actually reach out to that person, right? I am seeking out and working with mentors who could teach me what I need to know to be successful. Imagine that. Imagine if you were going into a situation, you were meeting with new people, and they were willing to share because you were willing to ask. All right, and then I am alert when people speak on topics directly or indirectly related to my goals because they contain valuable clues that I want to learn. When we have primed ourselves, our mindset, when we have committed to the fact that we understand that success leaves clues and we're willing to ask, right? There's the old saying, ask and ye shall. That's right. Receive. That we can ask these questions and receive that information, receive those clues. Right? And then if I look at any other area that I've been successful and through the modeling when I've asked other people, hey, how did you get there? How did you do this? What did you do when this gave you some pushback or some resistance? They would say things like, well, I had a coach. So I'd ask my coach. I was part of a mastermind or a mentor mind, which is our process, right? Where I could just reach out to the people in the organization and get that feedback. I'm part of a mastermind called EGO, the Elite Gentlemen's Organization, where once a month we get together and support each other, and we'll get texts and emails. Hey, here's a great book. Here's a new strategy that's been working in this area. Check it out. Or like the other day, or you may or may not have noticed, I've added my middle name, Max, to the Facebook profile here anyway. And one of the gentlemen, great friend of mine, one of my best friends here, said, hey, what's with the Max thing? You never shared it before. Why now, right? And I shared, well, we're here to maximize our lives. We're here to maximize our results, maximize our mindset. So I wanted to just bring in that middle name and bring it as to more of like who I am and how I serve, that that I'm going to help you maximize your life experience, your business, your finances, your relationship, every area of your life to help you get to that maximum velocity, right? Well, part of that group, he reached out just to find out, right? This is the power of being in a group of success, right? So one of the most powerful lessons that I've applied for the last 30 years is to surround myself. So here's an acronym, or not an acronym, an affirmation for you. Surround yourself with people whose normal is what you aspire to. So as an affirmation, I surround myself with people whose normal is what I aspire to. That this is what I want to be my normal. And what happens is you start to pick up mindset. You get to pick up leadership. You get to pick up values, beliefs, and who you need to be to create the results that you desire, who you need to be to achieve the life you design. And there's profound power in this. Now, there's some blockers, right? Some people may think, well, maybe no one will talk to me. Or some people may think, I don't have time for that, or they won't have time for it. That's why it's also really valuable to immerse yourself in a particular environment designed to create that momentum, right? Here we are, motivation to momentum. This is how you maximize results in your life, by surrounding yourself with people who hold you to a higher standard, who play a game at a level you want to play play with. And let's just, be pragmatic here. Let's think if we were playing sports, as racquetball. So I play racquetball. I love racquetball. And if any of my friends in South Florida, if you're around, you want to play, hit me up. Let's do it. Now, I was hanging out one day. I was playing, and I play with some of the same people pretty regularly. And I played with this one guy who's much, much better than me. Super nice guy. And he's like, wow, you've gotten better, but I see you've plateaued in some areas. You play with the same people all the time, don't you? I was like, well, yeah. He goes, so you're playing to win, aren't you? You're not playing to grow. He's like, you got to play with people who are better than you so that you can improve. Otherwise, you're going to plateau. Same is true with business. We've got to hang with people who are better than us so that we can grow. We've got to raise our standards. We have to challenge ourselves to greatness by hanging out with people who challenge us to greatness by proxy, because they're having the level of success that we're aspiring to, that we're looking to achieve, because success leaves clues. So with that being said, I love you for who you are and who you aren't. If you want to connect further, please, by all means, reach out to me, message me, share this video if it was helpful, like it, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to get a taste of some mindset maximization, go ahead to mindsetmaximizer.com. It's in the description, mindsetmaximizer.com, and download your free, it's an anxiety busting meditation, a guided meditation, hypnotic guided meditation. So with all the years of NLP and hypnosis and so forth, I've created these guided meditations so that we can maximize our mindsets. We could get the most out of our lives. So we could take our lives to the max, maximum velocity, maximum impact. So go ahead and download that if that's something you're interested in. And if you have any topics you'd like to discuss or any questions, it is my privilege and my passion and my purpose to serve you, to connect with you, to add value so that we can collectively transform the world. When each of us takes personal responsibility, we continue to shine our light, to share our talents, to add value, we can take our lives to the max. We could take our entire human experience to the max. We do not need anybody else other than each other. And in order to do that, we need to maximize our experience, maximize our resources to live, love, and grow together. So, enough about that. Again, I love you for who you are and who you aren't. God bless you and live free. We will see you soon. God bless.